Hello, I am live with my good friend Nate, one of the only people more degenerate than I as it relates to speculating on fantasy football. And he's so degenerate, he's concealed his identity under his online persona. But we are live multi tabling soon, two FFPC drafts. Nate, what's up? You just finished the home league draft where you bent everybody over. Are you ready to do the same with these boomers?
Yeah, I am. To be honest, I've been going like way too hard for way too long, and starting to feel a sense of relief. BBM is closed, which feels amazing in a weird way. I'm all done with DraftKings, so just firing some FFPCs, maybe an occasional drafters, and ready for the season to start. I didn't feel that way 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I was still enjoying draft, but now I am ready to go. Like, let's play some football.
Yeah, I still have like 10 or so left on DraftKings, which I'm gonna have to find. Like at this point, I gotta just find a way. Like I'm fine, not fully auto drafting, but if I miss some picks here and there, that's okay. Beyond burnt out, but gotta find muster the strength. The slates are gonna go whether I'm ready or not. So
There is no burnt out. You just have to refine your purpose. Is the thing going around? So
uh,
um, I'm kind of into that, kind of like that. But
GM. It is a Nate voice docs. Nate voice doxed himself last year. We did a draft with our good friends of former different failed podcasts of the NGMI crew with Babs and Pump School, where we drafted towards the end and we picked Waller and Kittle at like a 3-4 turn, and that team died a miserable death. But we'll see if we can avoid. Yeah, so we went live a little after we were on the clock. Got the 102 in this one. We're picking 108 later. Jamar Chase, easy pick here. Say hello. Thanks, guys, for spending your Wednesday, last day of drafts, last full day of drafts. We got half day tomorrow. Burnout isn't real.
well, an FFPC goes till what is it, Saturday night or Sunday morning, because you can draft after the first game. So
That are you doing any of those?
I am. Sadly, I am.
You are? Okay, so your draft season's not done
I
yet.
have credits from last year. I have the rollover. I got to use those. How rich? But yeah. I mean, should we even like? I don't know how much people are going to be actioning off of this, but like, should we talk about Chase versus CMC? Like, was it even a thought for you? Because a lot of people are CMC there.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not a thought for me. Like I haven't. Admittedly, I've not done much specific FFPC research, so kind of just going off the balls and from DraftKings and other stuff. And I know this probably skews more running back heavy, but obviously full PPR. The stackability is just super high with Chase. Yeah, it's not really a question for me, honestly. Make your window wider or shorter. Are you talking about my computer window or the window? I can't change the size of this window. Wider or shorter? That's what she said. Thanks, Tangy. We zoomed in enough for you there, bud. I do have to actually use this to play as well, but we'll try and acquiesce the video listeners. Supporting FFPC's tragedy. Yeah, I tried to give Taysom Hill a shout out in the thumbnail. I don't know. Do you want to, Liam? Shout out to Liam. I don't consume a whole lot of Liam content, but if you want to get a taste of Liam Murphy, I highly recommend listening to his interview or debate with the FFPC guy. That was pretty funny. Nate definitely has useless fantasy person voice. I think that's a compliment.
I'm going to go with that. We can go with that.
Yeah. Here we go. How funny would it be if you zoom into that window and see a drunk pump peeking in? All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if it's like too close to start thinking. I don't, or do you are you a believer? And I don't want to totally tank our equity just for bits for the 10 people that are watching. And thank you, all of you. Hit like, subscribe, whatever else I owe you, I guess. But are you a believer in the Q curse of death or kiss of death?
I'm not
You're
on stream.
you're fine.
If you wanna avoid it, that's fine by me. But
Yeah.
totally fine.
I don't think people are going to be stream sniping here either. So this feels like a safe space. So my consideration pool, I'm obviously still good with Cooper Cup. Why does my key not work? Cooper Cup. Henry's in consideration. I don't love him as much, but still fine. Mandrews would be great. I'm open to Jacobs. T. Higgins, but on the wraparound. Um, is Devontae Smith gone? Yeah.
He just went, yeah.
So
I like
anyone
T
else?
less here because of the 15 to 17 cumulative format. I think you just want to bank on one of them going nuts for 3 weeks versus the
You don't want to do the ping pong theory?
doesn't really work in the cumulative as much. But
Yeah, unless you're just betting on three great, you know, game environments. But do you want to have the Cooper Cup conversation now?
probably should. I've done one FFPC team so far and have Cooper Cup. It was exactly this spot just 20 picks earlier.
Yeah,
I'm not.
our buddy, yeah, Hugo just sent us that Cup went 311. Not super helpful because we wouldn't have access to him.
Yeah, and that's the other like that's right where ETR has them ranked. So
Yeah, for me, like this is still a super top heavy contest, right?
yeah,
And I don't know how much of it was drafted, you know, before this past week. So like I understand the cup can and will get cheaper in all likelihood, but I think with Chase we can afford it. Like I think it just gives us such outrageous upside that I can't pass it up. What do you think?
I like it. I'm still fine doing it. I've been doing it the last 2 days. I feel like I want a little more of a discount. Like this is where he was going before it was, hey, IR is possible.
Yeah.
So I almost rather push it. I know you're not a Ridley guy. I would take Ridley here if it was my team.
Oh God.
Yep.
No, I don't think I want Ridley.
The QBs would push if anything. Um,
Yeah, because like if we go Cup, then we can either get T, Ridley, or a QB. How about I do you a favor, a compromise, and we click Cup now, and if Ridley is there, we can click Ridley. And we're not.
Actually, I'm in on that. If I can get easy to draft Ridley,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in. I'm in.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be T. It'd be Ridley or QB.
Yeah. That was just like how often do Ffpc bros stay in their lane. Um, I guess the Chase drafter here passed on Burrow, and then Burrow went naked. But yeah, I don't know that I necessarily agree with the. I don't know that double stacking is worse here, but I'm fine. All right, so our consideration pool, Ridley and the QBs if they don't go right. Like, do you like Gibbs here
Gibbs is
or
getting
anyone
late
else?
steam, and there's this like he's a Joker alien role thing. He's more of a receiver. I don't know. It just feels super expensive to me. I know it's
Yeah,
PPR and he's a running back and he fills a slot that's going to be difficult to fill, but
yeah.
not here. I mean,
All right, so he goes T.
I even start to think about Hawkinson here. Like in tight end premium, he's getting more than a boost of compared to underdog, like way more. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, I have from my projections, well, Clay plus a couple of, IKB stuff. I have Hawkinson with pretty much the same points per game as Ridley. So, and I would say that Ridley probably has more upside week to week and probably on the full season.
he does.
It's just a matter of, is it easier to fill that wide receiver two or flex versus, like, I don't know. I think I don't want to buy high on Hawkinson here. I'd rather, like, there's a lot of tight, like, I really like Higby, even though it kind of is counter to our cup bet. It's sort of hedge, and I still think that there's some hidden upside there.
Yeah, I still like Higby even with the cup bet.
Aaron Jones. Yeah. So, I guess, we'll have to, like, Mahomes versus Hurts. Hurts would be semi naked unless we got Goddard. Um, and then Mahomes, the argument for Mahomes is, we could, Noah Gray it later with the free look. We can, get Tony or Sky Moore. But I do actually kind of lean Ridley or Hurts here.
Yeah, I'm not Mahomes. It's especially with the Kelsey thing. I think Ridley.
Yeah.
I'm ahead of with Hurts already. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I know you said you'd do it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not make you
No,
take
that's
up.
fine.
I'm
No, that's
fine
fine.
with Hurts. I'm fine with Hurts. So Goddard does line up. If we're thinking about stacking,
Yeah.
he will line up like fourth, fifth round.
What do you? I don't know. I don't want to push it.
Let's go Ridley. Let's go Ridley.
Okay. All right. Stick with it. Stick with the game plan. Now, it's not my first Ridley share, but I think I just 10x my dollar exposure with one click.
Well, that's what you do. See, that's what all the sharp people do is you just take the guy you don't want in the high dollar league, and then you're good. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, we still have like the Chase Cup combination again. Like if it works, is going to be A, super unique, and B, you have two of the four unquestioned best players in fantasy football.
Yeah, I mean, like 80%. I think it was before the really like Cup's been kind of up and down, right? But before the really bad Cup news, was that like a week ago or 5 days ago? 80% of the teams that were drafted are already drafted, right? So, in a world where Cup still smashes after a 2, 3, 4 week absence, like you've got the leverage is there, right? You're going to be way ahead. Yeah. So, it feels a little queasy, but I'm still fine doing it. I mean, if I'm doing it in BBMs, then I can certainly do it on a PPR site. So.
Yep. Aaron Jones, yikes. Yeah, I mean, this is not, I don't know, I can't speak on everyone's behalf as far as like bankroll and whatever. It's not the super high stakes one of like 2K, but I feel like as you go up in stakes, broadly speaking, and from my experiences on, mostly underdog at DraftKings, but even doing some FFPCs last year, is like as you go up in stakes, half the field gets sharper and half the field just is like they're overexposed and they're just clicking the guys that they really want because like, hey, this is my one shot at it, or they're just like playing it super safe. So I don't know. I'm not advocating that people play above their means by any stretch, but people do weird shit in the DK $10, and they do weird shit like in FFPC and like everything. I don't know if that's super actionable. You gotta be on your toes at all times.
Yeah, it's definitely true. Like it is odd that there's like more conviction. I guess it probably isn't, right? There's more conviction in a $350 league than a $10 league, right?
Yeah, it's just a matter of is conviction good or not? Like it's
it's conviction versus like you're ignoring wisdom of crowds to like such a large degree that I don't know. It's interesting.
Not too actionable. Yeah, I mean, a really excellent point.
Sunday.
If you're here for strategy and information, maybe bookmark it, come back in like next May, something like that. This is more just we are drafting anyway, and gotta figure out who to pick. So figured why not throw it on the YouTubes just to get some reps in. This guy in the 6 hole, Kelsey, Devontae, Jalen Hurts is a really sexy start if Kelsey plays week 2.
That's not our Bert, is it?
No, because this looks like that's an Eagles fan for multiple reasons.
Gotcha. Good point.
Yeah. Darren Waller. So yeah, so I don't know if you want to talk the Taysom thing, just like it's a hot topic and it's fun to talk about. But the concept of like FFPC scoring paid easy to overcome the Liam interview. I can't recommend enough how funny that was.
So let me jump in and respond to that real quick.
Yeah,
These guys are assholes.
yeah.
So like like we are not the paid chills. If anything,
Oh,
I'll trash FFPC more than
let
Liam.
me let me be clear. I'm not sponsored by FFPC, but if they do want to sponsor me, I'd be happy to accept money from almost anything or anyone. Depends on how much. Ethically, it is what it is. But yeah, they're idiots. And so what I don't understand is like how so the thesis behind the Taysom Hill like rule change is like very clearly like FFPC boomers are they just I don't think that they liked this loophole that theoretical GPP bros found in Taysom Hill. So they were very probably vocal. And this is like Davis tweeted about this a bunch. He's like, everyone's like, all the FFPC bros are going to be rolling over in their grave if Taysom Hill is the guy you need. And this was last year. And now, I don't know if he was the guy you need, but he sure helped more so in best ball. But that aside, like, I think FFPC player like have this reputation for being boomer and like archaic. So having said that, it's so weird to me. And like, yeah, running backs are boosted up, but it's like a full PPR site and 1.5 per for tight end. Like, how or why did they like the boomers decide like I want to play in this format, which is full like uniquely tight end heavy? Like, how did that happen?
I have no idea how it got there. I mean, I guess it was some equalizing method to just make tight ends more valuable and level the playing field a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, keep in mind, there's another site, that's third round reversal, which was very much
yeah,
a like, hey, we have to even the playing field. The
yeah,
first
yeah.
pick is too valuable. I think that probably dates back to like LaDainian Tomlinson kind of stuff,
Probably, yeah,
right?
yeah,
So I'm guessing it was some vaguely in that direction.
yeah,
It ended up there, but it's also just weird that like now is the time that people like wanted to go to bat on this. Like, it happened last year. Like, this is the second year of this, so like,
yeah, yeah,
it's not like a surprise. Like, you knew that this could happen. This was like in the universe that this was a thing that could happen. It's only really impacting, best ball. It's not impacting any of the managed stuff. So that like narrows the pool even further. It's tight end premium, so like even when he smashes, he's not quite as smashing.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
he still can be good. It's just like, why was this the hill to die on 4 days before the season started or whatever, right? Like, none of this
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
And it was like, and like, lastly, like you joined and you saw him there. So like, if you were
yeah.
going to make this like your thing, make it that in April or May or whatever.
Yeah. And I think like
None of this
based on
makes
the
sense.
tone of that guy, is it Alex or whatever? I think he's very much like anti the idea of people out like winning because you outthunk the technicalities and the rules or whatever. So I think it was very much like wanting to put his foot down on like, no, it's not fair to start a quarterback at your tight end. I don't know. FFPC's been around a while, right? Like
Yeah, I think they
this
were
is
like
a throwback.
the first big one to do this kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, them and NFFC. But the other thing too, I mean, like, this is the site where you can do the take a peek thing on the Thursday night game, right? Where
Yeah.
it's like, that's the most hack the system
Yeah.
nonsense a website like any game has, is that. And then like they're worried about the Taysom thing.
Yeah.
I
Like the stream, or else my family won't eat. Um, Yeah. So this whole tangent brought to you by the fact that 2 of the 12 teams have picked running back, and then tight end, um, which I don't know is like definitively wrong, but I'm pretty sure is definitively wrong. Um, and it's so weird that I don't know if it's consensus, but it's like pretty well accepted by, or uh, it happens in every draft. It's so weird. So very much not the underdog. Um, Underdog should switch to two running back to receiver two flex is probably not going to happen, but I actually really like that idea. Um, Especially because how I don't know that wide receiver got more valuable per se. They just are drafted sooner. We'll see how this year kind of shakes out based on the ADP is quite different than years past positionally. If they switch to two flex, that would definitely devalue receiver a bit. Though I am talking out of both sides because we took 3 receivers right now.
I wouldn't be shocked if they're eventually, maybe not next year, but I wouldn't be shocked if there's eventually of movement towards that as they're trying to grab casuals and all that, right? It will feel more natural to
Yeah,
that type of crowd.
yeah,
All right, so we are
a couple
5
away.
picks up. We are 5 minutes from
Oh
being
yeah, yeah.
multi-tablers, so we need to.
Yeah, I can hop in that one. I guess you'll drive and I'll just be there.
Yeah, and you can pull it up on
I don't even
screen.
know how to do that. I should find out my teams. This guy, enter draft room. Please use Internet Explorer 10. Yes. All right. No, I'm not taking. Why is Patrick Mahomes selected? All right, I'd love to draft Patrick Mahomes. So anyway, we're up in a couple here. So we've got Chase Cup, Ridley. Thoughts? I'll just throw out guys that I'm interested in. Burrow, and especially because the guy behind us has T. So if we want Burrow, we got to take him. Well, Burrow
No,
goes.
there goes that.
Brees. Ken Walker in PPR is slightly less attractive, but I like him, especially given how pushed up running backs are. I'm not interested in any other running backs. Are you?
Just Brees for me.
Yep. Going out of order. Tight end. Kittle practiced today. So it's just a matter of, if you like him, if you liked him before, you should still like him. I don't know if you should have liked him or not, but, something to consider here. And then receiver Christian Watson, is already kind of hurt, but do we care? And then Drake London, actually also Mike Williams opens us up to Herbert. So I'll just throw these in queue and we can start to think about prioritization. But that's my list.
Yeah, I think that's the consideration set. I guess Fields is a little lower here.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about Fields. Christian Watson goes. So
I'm run to the podium for Brees.
yeah. Draft Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I would refresh before I hit that button. So I guess we can use the admin thing if we need to.
Yeah, so Brees, and figure it out later. What are your thoughts on naked quarterbacks? There's Herbert and Fields. Why is Fields like so much lower here?
I don't know.
Is there any like pause mistake? I was trolling. I asked him if they overturned the Taysom ruling. You're asking the wrong people, is what the league commission told us. So, do you have a lean, or
It
I mean,
is
but,
four. It
but
is 4 points of passing TD. So I don't know why Fields would be so much lower. I mean, I
yeah.
guess it's not best ball, so like that
that
hurts
that
a
kind of
little
helps,
bit.
right? I mean, I think going in. Well, here's the thing. I'm fine with Daniel Jones, Goff, whatever.
Yeah, I am too.
Um, Kittle goes. I'm not really in love with Mike Williams or Drake London to the point where like I need them. I
That's
kind
where
of
I'm at. Like, I think they're
like
fine.
again like we already have, you know, in theory this would be, you know, both our receivers and flex. So like, what are your thoughts on Walker versus a receiver here? I almost kind of like Walker here.
I really like the player. He does get a doc in FFPC. He's still, I mean, like the consensus ranks things we're looking at. He's still a value here.
Yeah,
He's even above London. Mike
because
Williams
like
is.
the other thing is like running backs. The next time we're up is like David Montgomery, James Conner, guys I have no interest in. Meanwhile, receiver like Addison, Evans, JSN, I actually don't mind. Um, I
Yeah,
don't have them super far behind. I think the gap between Walker and the running backs available is bigger than the receiver gap, especially because I don't love one. So I would go Walker here.
yeah, I like it. I think I would have agitated for Kittle.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, I would have gone Kittle
because
too. All right, let's go Walker.
I like Walker. Yeah,
All right,
I
so
mean, like, look,
team five.
like
Yeah,
Walker's like the ultimate big play guy too, right? And it's like you're trying to beat, I don't know, what is it, 40,000 other people, 3 week sprint. I mean, Walker can just go nuts for 3 weeks, break off a bunch of long runs, and you're there.
here we go. Yeah, and I don't want to get buried by the running back avalanche. Um, and we're off in the other draft, and Travis Kelsey goes 101? Question mark.
He did. That is a thing that happened. To
Results.
password is taco.
Where is the? How do I get you draft board?
Yeah.
I'll just have this draft board up, or you know. We'll see. I'll open this in another tab so I can keep eyes on it.
Yeah, I think if Walker wasn't there, I think I might have ended up at Herbert for the same reasons we just talked about. Like, we have 3 receivers. I like some of
Yeah,
the later guys. If we can backstack it with someone, great. If we can't, that's not totally the end of the world. I don't know. I'm more open. I mean, the field's smaller,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You're
yeah,
you're going to be up against way less teams. There's not an advanced function. It's just cumulative scoring.
yeah,
I'm, I still like it. I still very much want to stack, but if you're not sure and you really like a player, I think Herbert's fine
yeah,
there.
yeah. You don't need him. This is like beta talk, but like you don't need him to be QB2 for him to win, like be part of the winning team. If he's QB5, like that's fine.
Yeah.
And he can do that without you having to pair him with someone. But again, we didn't end up with Herbert. He's still available.
I guess Fields was there too. I think you probably just take Fields then because you don't have to worry about stacking. But.
Yeah, and Fields with Komet would have been an option, but I do like the very boomer is like aesthetically like filling the starters. I think is a little more viable on FFPC than underdog and DraftKings. So I don't know. I don't know if we're playing scared or not. I guess we were chatting about is Kelsey. Are we okay with Kelsey at 108? And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean that is, I don't know. Is that someone that knows something? Is that boots on the ground?
Should I troll in the chat? Why do they have like I do love the hide Entrax and messages. Maybe that's okay. I was gonna say like there's so much nonsense. Some idiot had Waller and Lockett, took Geno over Dimes. I'm sorry for your loss there. Um,
We are on deck here.
Amon-Ra Wilson. See, I wanted to make the case for Bijan um, earlier, but you shot that down pretty quickly. And I
It
would have
would
made
be,
the case for Diggs because I think Josh Allen makes it to us often enough. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Amon-Ra versus Wilson?
yeah. I mean, it would the ultimate meme would be me making you take Ridley and you making me take Bijan. Would be
I don't know that I have a single Bijan share on.
okay. So that doesn't
I might on DraftKings, but not on
it
Underdog.
doesn't work in Ffpc. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
on run here. I love Wilson. He's great. Maybe he comes back and play the ADP game a little, but love Amon Ra. He's the guy for me.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fine with Amon-Ra.
Okay. I guess it's probably slightly helpful that the other league is back to back
Yeah,
for management purposes.
yeah. It push comes to shove. I'm sure we can hurry up our cadence during the 1 minute clock.
Yeah.
Um, this makes it a little more um, hectic, but also perhaps watchable for the Baker's dozen people watching. That we're like these drafts are pretty slow with the full minute clock. If you thought Underdog was bad, you know.
Yeah. I until we were that you know first second round gap until we were going through that. It's kind of hard to envision how long that is when you're on a stream and you're trying to vamp and like find things to talk about. And all I could think of was like, man, like Pete and those guys are just so pros, like because it never feels like there's dead air. Like they're always just going. And it's like that was a long time to find something. We ventured onto Taysom Hill, which
Oh
was
yeah,
fun,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was just like, man, it's that long.
It is indeed. It is indeed. If Wilson, it's like macro. I mean, we're not yet on the clock. I don't want to get excited about like a falling Bijan. Like, are you considering? Um, I do like obviously Wilson, Devontae, Cooper Cup. I don't know if you want 100% exposure to Cooper Cup, and to be honest, we probably shouldn't take him here
No,
and see
I
if he
think
might
given
fall to
what we
round
just,
three.
yeah, given what we saw, like
Yeah,
it's probably 20% we get him in round 3 or maybe even higher. So
yeah.
I would push it.
Ori is right. Well, having a co-host is great, and having a chat is I don't know. I don't want to put Nate down, but having a chat is better. Um, but yeah, are you are you open to running back or like oh Devontae goes? So not Saquon or sorry, not Saquon, not Cup. I don't want to. You're supposed to be running this show, but I like you know Saquon. I'm okay with Pollard, and then Mandrews, Wilson. Not in that order, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like we're gonna get a good pick here because there's guys went off that I don't want. Like,
yeah. Same. Like this is, I think this is shaping up well. Now there's Wilson. That would have been the
mhm,
home run.
yeah. When all else fails, let Nick on a rant about tips at restaurants. We could talk about that after. Like, we might have some air time to talk about.
Yeah, round 15 when we're single tabling, we can.
Oh no, because I have no idea what kickers are in the league or defenses you're supposed to take or whatever.
That
So
makes
hang
that
around for
makes
that excitement.
that makes two of us.
Yeah, Lamandrews. Yeah, so I do really like that. Um, idea. So Saquon goes. Ori has Alpha. Um, oh, Bears D. All right. So who went? All right. So Pollard went. So this is Andrew's like no question for me. Do you
Yeah,
agree?
100%.
Yeah. All right. That makes for really good
It's great
TV.
content, great debate.
Yeah.
I think I'd be at like Henry. I know that's the top of the queue, not very interesting, but if Andrews wasn't there, I think I'd be into it.
Culp Looney, he'll ask, is Dank for kicker and DST takes? Oh, yeah, it is El Nino. I recommend a dome kicker. El Nino, I believe, is Spanish for the Nino, by the way, in case anyone was curious.
Is Henry even more valuable in this format? I know it's PPR, but like you
Say
get
more.
you get two
You have my
Texans.
attention.
You get
Yeah,
two.
you do get two.
Like I know the other one's in advanced
Really?
round, but like all the money, like 50% of the money fully is when Derrick Henry plays the Texans because it's 25% regular season score and
67% of the 75%.
it's pretty good.
Right? Whatever. I think we said the same thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um, we are men and we fear no Ninos. I last year was my first year playing FFPC, but from history of managed leagues, like there's what a roughly 0.0% chance the kicker that we select on September 6th is our kicker on December 31st. Would you agree?
Pretty close, yeah. I mean, it's like the top
It's
one.
definitely something like
It's
to consider, but
Justin Tucker or nothing, right? Like those
yeah,
or the
yeah,
Chief Tucker or nothing. Like, yeah.
yeah. It's unlikely that we're sticking to a kicker, I think. So yeah, now we have a lot of I say yes, Henry due to even running back receiver spots. Yeah, good point. I mean, two flex, and then in theory, like in the PPR, it's unlikely that you're starting three running backs unless you've like really gone out of your way to build that way, which I don't think is very easy to accomplish well. XP, or is it leveling up in the DFS made easy? So McLaurin goes.
I mean, it's what is Team 3 going to do? I think is what we're watching right now.
Yeah. I mean, we're open to any combination of stuff. Is Fields still here? Okay, so
That's why I'm saying the next two
Fields
guys
is
have QB, so it's just
Fields is a sprint. No tight ends for me here. I do have to do that. Rashad White doesn't do it for me, especially because we already have two running backs, right?
nope.
Pickens. I don't know who my next preference would be here. What are your thoughts on Jonathan Taylor here? We've already splurged on Cup, and I don't know. Brees is going to be questionable, but is Jonathan Taylor a luxury we can afford here?
I mean, this is so just looking it up. He's gone 72 and 76 on average yesterday.
So this is the window because this is
leagues. So this is when he goes. Like the double up with, I think it's less necessary to do the double up with Cup again because you're just playing against less people. You're trying to beat 40,000 people, not 670,000 people.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it. There are at least three receivers I really like.
We're not taking if Justin Fields is here, there's no conversation that he's the pick. And he goes.
That's rough.
Yep. That is rough. Nate sounds scared.
Now I'm open to I'm more open to it now.
Taking GT first, and then because like for me, I like Addison, Evans, not in order. Evans, like JSN, like I'm fine with any of them. Davis, even.
I like that we don't even have to talk about it. Those are indeed the three.
Yeah.
For me, it'd be like, do you really want to get do you want to get JSN? Go grab them. If not, take Taylor.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
I'm fine with Taylor.
Keep an eye here. We're 5 picks away.
Yep.
I think we'll be able to navigate this.
Man, Fields there was such a smash.
That would have been really nice. Suicide clown plant. .gif.
I had like a fake we're not going to take Fields rant ready just because Ori's watching, but
Yeah,
nowadays
no,
we get to do
it's
that. So
definitely,
double rug, double rug.
it's definitely potentially going on IR. Is there IR spots? I understand the cup like it may be going on
No,
IR.
there's no IR spots here.
That's fine. I'm not super worried. I mean, I know you do have to make the playoffs, and I don't have great experience at that. I think we swung for the fences hard last year. I don't regret it. It's okay. Not only do you have to make the playoffs, you have to have a team that is capable of being at the top of a not small tournament.
Evans goes. That narrows it down.
Addison versus JSN. My one micro pitch for Addison, and this might be too underdog brained, is that Addison provides some form of micro leverage on a Jamar Chase team against Justin Jefferson, right? It's like, I don't know, 1%, 5%. It's small, but like it's something. I don't know if it matters in this contest, but just something that came to my mind.
Yeah, there's not going to be too many of them again, but I don't hate it. I would be JSN, but I'm very happy taking Addison too.
Does that mean we're on the clock in two?
We're,
Yeah, I'm fine
we're
with Jason here.
three picks away.
All right. I already clicked JSN because I thought we were on the clock.
No, we're good. I mean, it does give us JSN and Walker, so that's a little weird. So Hertz is still there. Josh Allen is still there. Lamar is still there in this
Are there
league.
any? Yeah. All right. So quickly
Hawkinson,
here,
Waller,
no running backs.
no running backs.
We don't need a tight end. DK and Debo are okay.
I'm fine with tight end if it's the right guy for flex purposes, but we don't have to. We did that
Yeah.
last year. It didn't go great.
So here's a question. I was trying to whip up.
It's like this is all right. Well, so I think that makes it easy.
It has to be Lamar, right? There's no use pushing him.
No, I don't think it's worth it. Too easy to unstack. I'm guessing
Yeah.
the Brown Wilson drafter would snap him up just looking at who's behind us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I have to click this button. Lamar. I mean, I agitated for Hawkinson earlier in the other draft. I wouldn't hate him here, but no, it's just Lamar. This isn't difficult.
Yeah. If Andrews is worth his pick, error drafting requested player. That's because we already drafted him. Good job. We're 8 picks away, 19 picks away.
So far, we have correctly predicted our first 3 picks in our 10 minutes of Discord planning we did.
There we go.
So that's going well, or not.
This guy in the 4 slot is really doing what I've been trying to do on like Underdog and DraftKings the last 24 to 48 hours with varying levels of success. Depends on how you define success.
Have you pulled off all 3 plus Burrow?
I think I did. Let me see my 150. This is really, really good podcasting here. I don't know. It might be on a different. I think my wife might have gotten that one, but Chase for Addison. Yeah, I've been like this is one that like semi matters for Underdog, and I don't know how much it matters. Remind me. So the playoffs is a 3-week sprint, aggregate points. We still care about correlation, but week 17 matters as much as week 15.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's just a level set, I guess, for everyone in case anyone doesn't know. 1 to 12 weeks, 1 to 12 of the regular season. Top 4 teams advance. It's a little wonky how they do the 4, but 4 teams advance. The top points and the top record automatically get into the big playoffs, weeks 15 to 17. If you win the league playoffs in weeks 13 to 14, you also advance. So you can get 2 teams or 3 teams to the big playoffs from each league, depending on what happens. And then 15 to 17 is a sprint. So each week is 25% of your score for the final leaderboard, and your regular season 1 to 12 score is 25% of the total. There is some like super micro week 13 buys are a good thing takes, you'll see, because
Oh, did we look into that?
we did, you'll notice that there are no week 13 in any of that formula, but that probably requires that you finish first or second in your league in the regular season, or get super lucky in week 13 in advance. But not a huge thing. But you will see people break ties and things like that away from it. We're 6 picks off here. This is I don't love.
We have 14. So
yeah, I don't love this spot in the second league. When we were doing this, we're kind of writing this out beforehand. There was a lot of like obvious picks that we liked, or it was like 1 or 2 guys kind of thing. Round 4 feels it's just a lot of guys that I'm not psyched to click. They may project well, or they may be Christian Watson and are now hurt, but just don't love any of this where we're going to be here.
Yeah, I'm not into. Is this the right? No, it's underdog. Why do I keep getting like on the wrong thing here? Ffpc. But yeah, like, is it the right window for Hawkinson or Waller?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I don't want to crib too much off other notes, but like Hawkinson's 24 on some big site rankings, and
I'm trying to.
I'm fine to fade it, but like, man, that's a lot.
It is another thing. Again, I don't know if we care. It's the same buy as Andrew. So are we going to be carrying 3 tight ends, or are we just hoping that we're going to make it prior to then?
Yeah, that is a thing. You could argue that
was Waller.
You could argue it's a feature, not a bug.
But just like as far as points per game, Hawkinson versus Watson, I have Hawkinson at 1 point more per game than Christian Watson. So,
and is he the best?
Waller is ahead.
Is he the best? Yeah, go ahead.
Is he the highest? Let me look at Ramondre. Ramondre at 17 points and Hawkinson's at 16.5. So again, like, do we want to think about Breece? Like, I think Breece still has like really good upside. Again, like, are we good only having 1 receiver through 4 rounds is another thing to think about. The detour.
Hawk goes.
I'm open to Waller too. This was infamously part of our demise last year in one of our leagues, the double elite tight end. But Waller's less interesting because I wanted to pair him with Dimes, but obviously won't do that here.
Yeah, so I think this is the 3: Ramondre, Breece, and Waller. I know 1 receiver through 4, but I mean, look, a flex is, there's only 2 receiver spots, right? So flex is a flex. All 3 of those are fine. Ramondre goes. So we had written down Breece in the pre-chat. That would be double Breece, which not shy about just getting our guys, but. If you want to do Waller, I'm okay with it. I'm very okay with it. It is a bit of an ADP value.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't love any of these receivers, especially with Watson a little banged up. And any thoughts on Aaron Jones?
No, I just no. It's just Breece is just like the ultimate home run swing.
At Waller versus Breece, anyone? First answer gets it.
Let's do Breece.
Okay, I was gonna say Waller. Whatever you click on, it doesn't matter.
Waller it is. I think I got it.
Yeah, that's fine. Might as well be a homer. We only have so many bullets.
Double week 13 tight end buys. That's gonna.
I was gonna say we could pick up Likely, but that doesn't really help us a whole lot either.
It's on brand.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not opposed to grabbing Higbee. I'm not opposed to still grabbing Higbee later, and he's week 10.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the board falls there. I'm open to the 3rd tight end, or just like figuring that one out in November or whenever.
Fine too.
Because there's like a buy situation for week 13. Is that right?
Yeah, that's where like a lot of the good teams have buys.
Yeah.
Bills
Oh
do
no,
too.
I thought you meant no, like in the scoring, like if we're top two, week 13 doesn't matter to us, or
Yeah,
if they're
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, there is a small league prize for 13-14, but other than that, it doesn't.
yeah. I don't know what Nate's drinking, but I've got Cherry Coke Zero, which nectar of the gods. Um, yeah, Higby
Wow,
goes.
there's Higby. There's Higby.
Higby goes in the 8th round. Jalen Warren goes at the 7-8 turn. 3 away here. Reminder on our team: we got 4 receivers, 3 running backs. Tight ends. I am not clicking any of these guys at this cost. I don't know if you agree.
Correct. Yeah, I'm with you.
Quarterback, no. Running back, oh god, where are we? Were you in like a Twilight Zone where we're in like a piss boy room, like Cam Akers and Swift, are guys that I know you don't like Swift, and I really don't like Akers, but I think we should consider.
I wouldn't hate Swift here.
And then, none of do any of these receivers fire you up?
Just looking at a draft board real quick. I mean Sutton. I mean, Judy is maybe getting better, but I think Sutton's fine. Cooks is fine. I'm dumb. I'm dumb, and I take Michael Thomas sometimes.
No, it's a
But
hard no.
I'm fine with a hard no.
Cooks opens up to where Cooks goes. I think this is Swift. I
Yeah,
am a
I'm
little
fine with
curious.
Swift. I'm fine with Swift.
I'll
I
take
mean, this
flowers.
is
Yeah,
pick
I guess
90.
I could have used more clock there, trying to figure out what we are going to do on this wraparound. B Rob. No, we already have 4 running backs, and we've kind of handled the JT suspension.
Yeah,
Again,
and the Cup thing. I think we're fine. Like, I mean, we have a lineup without Cup and JT, right?
Yep.
Um,
Again, like I don't feel the need to reach for any of these tight ends. We might be on the weaker side of the position, but I think that's okay.
I think it's a receiver.
I think it has to be. Like,
Yeah,
there's
we
no
have
need
4
to have 5
receivers.
running backs,
We
even
have 4
though
running backs.
it sucks. Like, because I kind of like Gibson, but I don't know how we're gonna choose who to start weekly. So yeah, is it suck?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking down a little bit. I'm just looking at recent
Yeah, like, is there
ADPs
anyone?
here. Yeah, like it's kind of a reach, but we can afford it given the room. And I think about Quentin Johnson. Yeah, you're going right to it.
I was actually thinking Traylon Burks and Quentin Johnson. Same theory is that whoever we pick here, we're not starting week 1, and we'll just, we're gonna keep this guy warm probably just to feel it out.
Yep.
So I don't know who has more upside. Is it like the wide receiver 3, 4 in LA, or is it the wide receiver 2 in Tennessee? I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at other ADPs as a tiebreaker. Quentin's quite a bit ahead.
True.
He's not here, but he is in general. You also have 2 outs, right? Either Allen gets hurt, or Big Mike gets hurt.
Yeah.
He could just beat one of the. I know he's not going to beat Keenan. Maybe he beats Big Mike, but
I like. Yeah, I'm good with Quentin.
Cool. Yeah, I mean,
Quentin versus Sutton feels
it just
tough.
feels like it's just like a get you over option. We don't need to get we're good, right? Like
Yeah. No, let's do it.
Swing for the fences, right?
All right. So that team we can put on ice for a sec. Oh, we got 6 picks. We can recap. Chase, Cup, Ridley, Jason, QJ, Brees, Walker, Taylor, Swift. This is 20 rounds?
Yeah.
So I
Kicker
don't know
G,
how many
kicker G
receivers
manager.
we end up with here, but here are probably what 2 or 3 more running backs, maybe 1 or 2 receivers, and then it's QB, tight end, and
Kicker
DST
D, yeah.
kicker.
Yeah, I mean, I like this team a lot. This might be the latest I've ever gone without taking a tight end on this particular website, but
We didn't have any like opportunities to do so, right? Unless we took
it was
Kittle over
Hawkins.
Brees.
Yeah, or Hawkinson. Those were the two.
Yeah,
And we weren't really considering that.
yeah, but like the tight ends have been all over here.
The Higbee early. I mean, what is his ADP here? I don't even know. That feels early. It's
His
not.
ADP round 9, pick 7. So it's not a huge
Yeah,
reach. Like 1 round, I would have really liked it, but
I would have too. I still like this team a lot. I like this team.
yeah, this team, yeah, it's easy to like the team picking second. This team, we'll see. I like this a lot. Lemanders, but a lot of the guys that we like and have been talking about go Watson, Brees.
Yeah, stacked Herbert, Kittle not falling. People reading the news.
Team 1 is great. Team 2, you can close the tab. Yeah. We can. I think we're one or two followers away at a flex spot from that team being right back on track. A cheat code to having like a fun, sexy looking team is to not take any QBs or tight ends. I've noticed that when playing the screenshot game, either on Twitter or Discord or whatever, it's like nobody really appreciates or respects how much the elite quarterbacks and tight ends can score, and it's just so much more fun swinging for the fences on running back, receiver. But I digress.
I mean, this team is basically a meme, right? Like between that Cup and Jonathan Taylor, like
we
want to look at our team and be like, wow,
Brees and Cup, yeah,
this team's amazing.
Yeah, and then Swift, yeah. Javonte Williams goes. So Damian Pierce would be a gift. Is there any other running back like James Cook at
no for me
5.8 makes me want to vomit. So then it's I do like this collection of receivers.
Yeah, I could be convinced on all of these guys.
Yeah, pick 8. Yeah, especially in like the context of all the injury fallers now. Two of your, it used to be, you really want a top 4 pick, and then you're like, oh, top 6 is okay once you include, because after Kelsey, but now it's like you just lost a third of your top 6 to injuries potentially. Pick 8 is real rough because now you're just taking the guys at the 1-2 turn, but you're taking them at 8. But anyway, yeah, there's a whole bunch of receivers. I would go Pierce here because I don't know that all the receivers, like someone will fall here, right?
So the only reason not to take Pierce, I think, is if we're thinking about Jonathan Taylor in the next round.
It is tight end premium. Jonathan Taylor at 6'5" here. No, I think that's a luxury this team probably can't afford.
We're not good enough. I agree.
Yeah,
I'm pretty easily Pierce here.
Yeah, this is Pierce.
I guess Hopkins fell. I didn't really even notice.
Yeah, it's a big fall. Meaningful fall.
I mean, if you look at our consensus stuff, it's going to like him, but
yeah,
I like Pierce.
Yeah. I think there's a clear tier break at running back here where I don't want to click one for a while. In receiver, maybe Hop is measurably better than it, but I don't know. I'm fine with any of these next 6 receivers and just hope one falls.
Yeah, I'm in on Pierce.
All right, let's do that.
I guess I'll add McLaurin back. I don't know what
Yeah,
his.
I'm practicing. I don't know.
Are you still Dotson over McLaurin with him back at practice, or were you there the whole time?
I was not there the whole time. I went there, and I think I probably am still Dotson, just because I think like re-injury risk is very real. I don't want to be. I have a reputation for being very high conviction in speaking in certainties around predicting injuries, and part of that's a meme and bit, but like, and maybe I'm a hypocrite. Sometimes I ignore injuries when it suits the player takes and guys that I like, hence Waller. But I think that there's enough smoke around, Dotson's rise that I think he can beat McLaurin even when healthy, and we're not sure how long or how healthy McLaurin is. But having said that, I think I do like. Well, I like Hopkins more. Ayuk, I don't know.
I'm
Pickens
gonna
is a guy that interests me a lot, but it may be less so in this format. I was really hoping Godwin, but he goes. What about Lockett?
Yeah, we can add him too. I've kind of been shying away a little bit in part because
Jason's playing
the,
week
JS,
one.
the JSN ADP is better, and for
Yeah,
not
especially
both.
here. Like, geez,
Yeah,
that's so late.
I think I would be this order for this group. So I am
Yeah,
Dotson. I am Dotson and McLaurin still, even with the news of
yeah,
it doing that on other sites. Hopkins is
yeah,
like the crazy ADP faller. The rankings like him.
yeah.
I'm
I
a
like.
Kirk guy. I've always liked Kirk. He's great for this format. PPR.
Yep.
Head against the Ridgely bet. I'd be any of
Yeah,
those three. I'd be ecstatic with here.
yeah. We got five. Yeah. Even the bottom end of this is fine too. Man, it's so weird the Fields thing. Very weird.
Yeah, I did not notice that when looking at
Yeah.
ADPs here, but I guess it makes sense. The
Yep.
Boomers want Burrow and Lawrence, not Fields. Team 7 did get a Diggs Allen stack. I didn't notice that till just now. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, those seem much more available in recent days, but also here, like because
Yeah.
QBs are devalued a little bit.
Team 4 is kind of doing what we're doing in the other drafts. What are injuries? Cup, Kittle, Javante.
Yeah. Pirine. So speaking of Javante, and we're like, not necessarily making the Pirine decision anytime soon, but like Pirine's been one of those just like slow fart like release of it feels like his ADP just drops 2 picks every couple of days, and then you like open your eyes and he's moved down 10 or 20 spots, but nothing has meaningfully changed. Like, I mean, I guess Javante is healthy potentially, or healthy enough that it's similar to the Brees Hall situation, right, in my mind. um, but there's still contingent value there for Pirine. So again, like Pirine is someone that I'm open to. You know, funny enough, he's actually at the top of the queue in the other room. But yeah, that just caught my eye. Like Javante, Javante has come up so much, and it doesn't feel super warranted to me. But I might just be take luck there.
I don't think like the actions have warranted it. I think it was just perception, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
if you listen to like people in May, people were like, "Oh, Javante's dead. Like he's
Oh
not going
yeah,
to be recover from this. He's done." And then all of a sudden, he's like at practice on schedule, maybe even ahead of schedule, and everyone's like, "Oh, I guess he's fine." And Hopkins goes, so
that would have been
that would
nice.
have been the nuts. I'm very happy to click Dotson though.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
So yeah, let me here. Yeah, Dotson. It's like around where he's going now, right?
Yeah,
So
before the McLaurin news, I mean, I was prepared to talk about him in round 5.
oh yeah, before McLaurin practicing, or I don't
Like,
think even
yeah,
if he's practicing or if he's like looking to possibly play.
right.
Um, anyway, back to the other room. Um, just a reminder: we've got 5 receivers, 4 running backs. Doesn't mean I'm closing the tab on them. Like again, like do any of these guys at running back interest you? Pirine is not super sexy as our 5th running back. I'd rather take a shot on an A chain type. Um, I don't. I don't have like a good frame of reference for if that's value or how much of a reach that is, but
Yeah, I mean,
not super.
Piran's around after ADP. Like, it's fine, but I tend to agree with you. I want a bigger swing. Like Mims is maybe the or
Receiver.
receiver swing if we wanted
I,
one.
this is the receiver dead zone for me, and like I honestly,
Yeah,
I think we're not done at receiver, but depending on what quarterback we get, like maybe stack it up, maybe take a Boyd later or a Jaden Reed is cheap, Jalen Hyatt like a giant receiver of choice. Um, I don't think we need many more receivers here. Laporta, is this in the window?
it is.
Open to it. This the Monroe team, it's not. And then quarterback. I would like to leave this turn with a quarterback and a tight end.
I'm 90% that, if not maybe even. I'd consider 2 QBs here.
Okay. Is there any stacking considerations for us? Oh, there's Gino.
Gino just goes, yeah.
Gino went.
Oh no, he didn't go. I'm sorry. It was Cousins. Gino's there.
Wait, what's going on? My this is out of date here. Wait, where am I on the? What's the?
We're 4 picks away on the
Okay,
one.
why is it making noises?
My end, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, so Gino here is definitely a little bit of a reach. Dude, so many noises. All right, let's see. Who do we have on this team? Trying to keep track here.
One thing I'll throw out there while we're waiting for the next pick. So this contest has been open, I believe, since before the NFL draft. And Laporta goes. I was going to argue against Laporta for that reason.
Oh, because you think people got him cheap?
Yeah, like literally since maybe it was the day after the draft, but I believe it was even before the draft. So like people have like round 18 free agent Laporta, things like that. So I'm not huge. I mean, it's a minor consideration, but it is a consideration. Like there's a lot of cheap Laporta out there. After him, I mean, I don't know. Are you into Chig or Juwan or Komet or any of these guys?
Yes, but less than I am into the quarterbacks here.
Agreed.
Like, I don't know. It's hard to not want Daniel Jones, and like if I guess no, we're not taking Daniel Jones the other one. Jones versus A Rich. Do you have a lean, or I guess versus Dak?
I'm Dimes and AR-15 over Dak anyway, and without a stacking partner, I think that's easy. We have the Taylor bet. I don't know if we're just like hoping for a trade at that point.
That'll be a pretty pure run out.
I kind of like that. I like both of them so much. I don't even have like a huge preference.
All right, let me see if there's any.
I've done the double tap here of these exact two, where I just take both and then figure it out.
Yeah,
and like if we were stacked at running back and receiver, we don't like the tight ends. If we want to argue for Mims or something, like that's fine.
No. It's a quarterback. It just is it Richardson or Jones, and then do we get the other one?
Yeah, I would do Richardson, but Maybe that's.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's do it.
Are you clicking that one?
Which one? Sorry.
Are you clicking Richardson? I can do it.
Oh, oh.
Got it.
You got it? Okay. Well,
I think. Yes.
yeah. All right. Yeah. Prayer circle. Tight end, like, would you panic click Chig here if Jones goes, or do we want to just like bump Gino up, 2 rounds and be done at quarterback with that
I,
Seattle bet?
I'd still be Dimes over Gino, just even
I
though.
think I agree because I don't think JSN and Walker are the like nut. It's far from the nut run out for Gino.
Yeah, like Walker's not. He's unlikely to catch TD. That's what you would want
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that scenario.
So I would go Jones.
I think
If,
Chiggin and Johnson are just so flat. Like I just don't care. Like them versus Everett, Musgrave, Ferguson.
yeah,
Some of these, like I just
yeah,
whatever. You know,
yeah.
it'd almost be like Mims or a running back for me.
I don't really want Mims as the receiver 6. Like if we haven't figured out receiver in our first 5 yet, I don't think Mims is going to be the solution. The only consideration here, so not Penny because we have Swift, like Eli Mitchell, is a swing for the fences type, contingent running back. But I'm fine. Well, it's just like if we don't take Dimes here, um, we're going to take another quarterback at some point, right? It just is like Dimes versus Gino or Rogers compared to Eli versus we're not going to be in position to take a running back for a while. That's my only pitch for Eli Mitchell.
Yeah, I like Mitchell a lot. I draft a ton of him. He's a little bit higher in ADP here. He's a little bit worse because it's not pass catching. It is leverage off the CMC teams.
Yeah,
I like Mitchell a lot. Like my top 3, if it was just me, would be Mitchell, Mims, and Dimes.
yeah,
So we'll cross out Mims. Agree
yeah.
with the logic there. Dimes or Mitchell, I love them both. There is Gino later. We just said we don't love it. There's like Sam Howell if you just want to go like raw,
I
random.
kind of like Mitchell here.
Okay.
For you made a good point about CMC leverage. So
Okay.
um,
We are on deck on the other team.
sick. Huh. All right.
We are
Funny how
we
that
are
works. What is this team?
so
Johnson.
Addison and Evans are there. Gabe
We don't
Davis,
need
if that's your flat
quarterback.
flavor. Zay Flowers, if you want to double stack.
I don't know that I would reach for that. Buckets. Yo, thanks for coming in. Thanks for tuning in, man. All right, Kamara. What are your thoughts
Kamara's
on
there.
Kamara?
I think we should take a receiver just given the
Wait,
structure
all
of
right,
this
fair
team.
enough. Fair enough.
But I do like
Addison,
Kamara.
Evans, Davis, Flowers.
I'm Addison or Evans, like them both.
I think Evans. I think you have good runouts with Evans. Where if he stays, I think he still has super high upside, and if he goes, I like Evans the
Let's do
most here.
Evans. Look, Evans can spike week for 1 week in the playoffs, and he's huge.
I mean, yeah, if you had Evans last year with that 40-pointer, again, Tom Brady's not walking through that door, nor is Byron Leftwich. I don't even know, or whoever it was, but yeah, Mike Evans.
Yeah, I think. I mean, this is. I mean, again, we wrote out a lot of this before the draft. We've called 6 of our 7 picks. So, or sorry, 5 of our 7 picks. Waller and Pierce being the exceptions, but Evans just looks so good there. I mean, just compared to some of the other say ADPs, I guess he's a little worse in manage versus best ball just because he's spike weeky. But
Yeah,
Evans is great.
yeah, and like that's something that I've gone back and forth on through my like managed league life is like, and I've been thinking about this because like eliminators are a big topic. Let me just make sure which room we're on. More recent, okay. It's like people are trying to optimize for like being in the 51st percentile, and I don't know, that's like just so hard to do. And I understand in a managed league, like if two guys averaged 12 points per game, is it better to get 12 every week, or is it better to get 24 and 0? um, I'm not convinced that like you want the 12, because if you build a good enough team, you can survive the zeros. And in the weeks where things like they're weak savers, it's just like one guy out of a lineup of whatever it is, 8 or 9 or 10. I think it's you know
Yeah,
I, I'm not afraid of spiky profiles because they're weak savers just as often as they're weak like ruiners.
yeah, I'm with. I mean, I think we're very much on the same page here. Like this is spike week hunting to some degree, right? Like you need to get overall upside and overall points and things like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, like especially when you think about it as a 3-week sample, right? Which is essentially what this league is once you get to the playoffs, which we didn't do last year. So maybe this is indeed the problem that we have.
Yeah.
But like, okay, if you're flipping quarters on 24 and 0 versus 12, it's like, okay, well, there's three in the sample. What if you hit heads, 3 times in a row, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's how you beat 40,000 people and win $1 million, right?
Yeah. Is it a million to first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
It's going to be hard for me to not smash the upside button. Health is wealth. Ori with a capital J, Jesus or Jesus. I'm still looking for God. I don't know if that's the one, but we'll see, or
Uh,
hopefully not see. I don't know how you would phrase that, but yeah.
so other than the guys in the queue, any of these running backs are good to you? Dalvin, Herbert, the Washington guys.
Is this thing overlaying? I believe it is overlaying. In the queue, all right, let me just look at running back. No thanks to any of these guys. And we do not have permission to look at quarterback or tight end. So Davis, Flowers. Yeah, I'm not into Cooks. For me, it's Davis or Flowers.
Marquise Brown, Sky Moore.
Yeah, I'm more open to Marquise Brown than most, because I do think that you have outs with trades, and also Kyler. Apparently, like the latest is that they said he's going to play when he's ready. Um, so I don't know. I still do prefer Davis and Flowers. If they both go, I actually probably would take Hollywood over Cooks.
We'll add Hollywood. Do you want to make an James Conner go? So that makes that easy. I was going to see if you wanted to make a impassioned James Conner speech.
No,
I'm guessing not.
my one. So I think I'm Zay over Davis given Lamar. My one Marquise Brown pitch is that in a managed league, I think there's a lot of times where Marquise Brown is not going to be good, but I think we'll know that and be able to move off of it. Not necessarily cut him, but bench him. Either if the Cardinals are just like super non-competitive or whatever.
Yeah, I think I'm
a stash.
I'm Hollywood third here, pretty
okay.
by a lot. We just went on a long spike week soliloquy, and now we're going to pass on Gabe Davis. That seems funny. But I think it's Zay. I mean, I think like if you're playing for just the smash, it's like, okay, Lamar goes nuts for 2 weeks, and you've got both guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like or is Bateman super late? Do you want to play Davis and then go Bateman later?
No, let's do Zay.
Okay. Yeah, Zay, yeah.
I just think like Zay's better than Bateman. Like I know there's there's people that disagree with that. I think like I don't know. I'm going to anchor against people that are not on the stream, but I promise these are not straw mans. Like there's people that are losing their minds over JSN and like even to a lesser extent Addison, and it's like he was one pick later, 2 picks later, in the draft.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. JSN or not JSN. Addison, also not Addison. Zay Flowers and Quentin Johnston both are getting docs from people that generally like first round rookies because they, I don't know, they have like prospect flaws potentially where their favorite influencer doesn't like them a whole lot, but the draft capital is like 15 minutes different in real life or 45 minutes different, or maybe, maybe it was an hour versus JSN, but like what JSN went like 16th or so. Um,
No, they were 20, 21, 22,
oh
23.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
they're literally right next to each other. And that's the thing too, like if any of these teams were like JSN is him, like he is clearly a tier above all these other guys, guess what they would have done? They would have traded up. Seattle was like rumored to be interested in JSN. It was like this obvious spot. It would not have cost a ton to move up from 22 to 18 or 19 or 17. Like any team could have done that if like the NFL viewed them as in a different tier. And three teams chose not to trade up
I really like Zay Flowers.
and leapfrog Seattle. So like to me, like I think Jason's a great prospect. Looks great.
Yeah.
Obviously looks great. But like, I think the anchoring we're doing to him versus everyone else is just wrong. And like, when that gets down to like, hey, I want to take Bateman over Zay or something like that, it's like, no. Zay is good. Like Zay looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say the room that we're on the clock in sooner, we do have JSN, so let's not trash talk him too much. And we also have Quentin Johnston here.
It's just the
We have,
anchoring.
yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I think Zay definitely makes sense on Lamar teams, for a multitude of reasons. And I do think that you have that outsized upside with like, I don't know, it's kind of a meme. Like Zay Flowers could be anything. He could even be Rashad Bateman,
Right.
type thing. But I don't know. At that point in the draft, you don't need a week one starter. You just need like a 25% chance at a week 15 like stud or whatever the math says, something to that effect. Anyway, I want to get back in the zone for here. We're still tight endless. We are pretty good at running back or receiver unless someone really catches our eye. I don't like these running backs at this cost given our team strength. Like, I like Chuba, but we don't need him ahead of ADP. Receivers, Mingo again like has that profile that we're chasing, but sort of a luxury given where our team is at. Same for like Jaden Reed. Tight end, oh boy, it's getting gross, isn't it?
It's really bad. Daniel Jones is still there.
Yeah, Daniel Jones. If Daniel Jones is still here, let me look at the guy behind us has Dak, and he has two tight ends. So I don't know if he would take we might have the lane to ourselves if we wanted to go Dak and Gino's gone. So do we like Daniel Jones here? If we don't take, man, I don't know if I want to say this out loud and have it on tape. I might have to scrub this, but like if we don't take Jake Ferguson, are we like screwed at tight end? I do like Dawson Knox, Kate Otten.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I don't think it's pretty flat still, but like Ferguson, I think is clearly one. And plus, I will have gotten easy to draft Calvin Ridley and Jake Ferguson on a stream, so I get all the points. But I'd still just take Danny Dimes here, and like it's tight end. This guy, I think he's more likely to take Dimes than he is a third tight end.
Yeah. I mean, I do want both. I don't know what we would do if he took Ferguson. Like, what's our third option?
We're like It's like Kate Otten, Knox.
No, sorry. Like, if we don't get these two, who are we selecting with the second pick?
I have no idea.
Irv? Fucking Irv?
I guess. Yeah, like a random running back or receiver that we don't really need.
Yeah. Is this guy going to take Daniel Jones, or is he going to take Jake Ferguson?
We're up 10 seconds.
Screw it.
Who you clicking?
Yeah, I click
Yeah,
Daniel Jones.
do it. Do it.
Um,
We're 3 in the hole on the other team.
if we don't get Ferguson, I don't know. Just eat the L and take Irv Smith, I think.
Probably.
He ranks higher on ETR than his ADP, so whatever. Man, Jake Ferguson is going to make or break this stupid freaking team. Who the fuck?
I don't think so. I think we're gonna like spam late round tight ends and just like, yeah,
Find
for the first couple weeks it might be rough, but like we're gonna find one.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
Like there's Cade, there's
I
Knox.
do like Kate. I do like Dawson Knox too. So maybe all right. So do we need a backup plan? Like instead of Earth, you want to go like Mingo or Reed or something?
I was thinking Reed as the backup. We are on deck on the other team.
All right. Ferguson goes. Let's go, dude. Fuck it, Jaden Reed.
Okay. Ferguson did go. That's a little annoying.
That's why I said it.
We are up on the other one. I put a couple running backs in the queue, Dylan and Charbonnet. Then you're down to P. Ryan, McKinnon, Jamal.
Ooh, Kincaid. Kind of late.
Or Elijah Moore. Kincaid would be our third tight end.
No, with the same buy as the first two. No, I'm not in on these receivers. That makes me feel better. I do think he was taking whoever we didn't.
Yeah.
Sharps versus Dylan. Any reason to pick one over the other based on the team? Not really.
No.
Do you care?
Yeah. I'm pretty 50-50 on it. I take both a lot.
Sharps. Let's go Charbs here.
Okay. Did Mostert go? He did go. That's the guy I was looking for. Yeah. Like there's some hacky week 1 running backs we can take later too, so I'm not worried about it.
I don't feel like Irv Smith is going to be super sexy compared to Cade Otton. No. So I do like this Jaden Reed thing. And I think that Jaden Reed, I don't know that we're going to have confidence playing him week 1, but like there's a path to where he contributes sooner than Quinton and Jaden Reed and JSN.
Yeah, I'm into Reed.
All right, let's go Reed. Here. Wow, that was a lot. Not much time to breathe. Oh, Tower Higbee. Oh, yeah, we don't need tight ends here. I guess you said you were open to Higbee, but not at this cost.
Higbee's gone.
Yeah. No, I meant in the other room.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah. He went 1 pick after. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's a running back there. If Sharps and Dylan were gone, I think I'd probably end up on Higbee.
Yeah. I saw you put Kincaid. I don't know that we can afford 3 week 13.
We're memeing. We're not drafting. We're just memeing.
Yeah.
Probably not. So, yeah, I mean, this is kind of this gets a little gross. Kadarius, you do get a peek on. You can see.
Yeah.
You can see him run 9 snaps, and they're really great, 9 snaps. And you don't play him because he has 2 catches for 30 yards, but, he looks great.
That's accurate.
Nico just feels like
I'm not into Nico anymore. I'm not.
It feels like buying the top is what I was going to say. I don't want to triple stack with Odell, Juju and Dobbs. No, thanks.
If Bateman, Bateman already went. I was going to say Bateman fell, but no.
He did.
I kind of like.
It's early for Mims, but he probably won't come back.
I kind of like Dylan, P. Ryan, or even McKinnon here. Would be my guys. Because I don't know that we need a week 1. How good do we feel about Sharps week 1 / early?
Right.
And is getting a peek at McKinnon worth something
It is.
measurable.
It is.
I do prefer Dylan, and then again P Ryan as like that early year option. So those are my three. Order wise, I don't know.
I mean, I'd be Dylan clearly one. I think I would do with the peak. I think that would put me McKinnon
Yeah, yeah,
over.
because if he gets you 15 points, you put him in over Sharps
Right.
or 15 or more. Obviously, I don't know that we're like super excited doing backflips over 15 points, but yeah,
Dylan
Dylan.
goes. I don't have a like. If you care for P Ryan, that's fine. He has the ADP value. He probably projects a little better, more contingent value. Like McKinnon is just the McKinnon role.
Yeah.
But I like the early season value. I like the peak.
Is there any correlation stuff that we have going here? Let me just look at that real quick. Not really. Like minor league, Piran plays a Monroe week 15. That shit doesn't matter.
Right.
Piran or McKinnon, Willis. You want to tell us who to draft? It can go either way for me.
I'd be McKinnon. I would take the swing.
You would?
Yep.
Yeah, and there's also like some hidden upside with the Kelsey thing. So yeah, I'm good with McKinnon here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I think that there's a path to if Kelsey is out for at least a week or if not more. I think they. Oh, sorry, Willis. Went against you, bud. There's something to like Andy Reid saving McKinnon, but can you afford to save McKinnon when Kelsey is out and your receivers are Justin Watson, MVS, Guy Moore, 6 snaps of Kadarius Toney, 9 snaps of Justin Ross, 20 snaps of Richie James?
I mean, the other thing too is, I mean, I know we just said like maybe he's an early guy because of Kelsey, but I think everyone was kind of thinking, well, he's more of a later guy, right? Like they ramp him up like last year. Well, if they're ramping him up for 15 to 17, that's fine. By the way, we are not as sharp as we could have been there. The guy at the turn had Dak Prescott, and we passed on Jake Ferguson.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe he would have taken Dimes anyway, but
yeah,
that probably points you to.
No, I've already sold myself that Kate Otten is the guy you need. 12 picks away here and 8 picks away here, so I might have to be ready to make some moves. Man, these drafts are long.
Yeah, they are.
If you guys are still hanging out and want to give us things to think about, feel free. But yeah, both of our teams are starting to look. Well, this team is very good at flex. We got to figure out tight end. I think we're good at quarterback. This team is starting to fill out a little bit.
I don't know. I think like the first team, the team from the 2 spot. I mean, yeah, tight end. We kind of had a bad run out. I think this team's great. Like, I'll go to war with this team any day.
These drafts go, Nate. Like the guys in. It's not for this one, but the main event. Like the guys are in Vegas now, drafting Friday, Saturday. Like, do they draft Sunday as well?
No. The first game on Sunday is lock. So there might be some Sunday morning still. It's for this contest too, though. They do the same thing.
Yeah, so Friday and Saturday at a minimum.
Yeah.
10 picks away, 6 picks away. But then 6 picks, and then we have the turn to think about.
Yeah, I mean, like I think it's just we're on the tight end tab, and which of these guys do you like?
Yeah. I'm gonna disrespect. Take a peek at Detroit and Kansas City.
20 players.
Imagine the smell when you take a Monra, like 6th, and Kelsey I don't know, or like an Amon Kelsey team somehow, which I don't think is really even possible. And then like for some reason, well, Kelsey doesn't play, and then Amon only has like 8 points, and now you're dead. But you got the peak. Um, I don't know if this is definitely counter to ADP, but I like Dawson Knox more than I like Tyler Conklin.
I do too.
Okay.
I mean, Conklin is draftable, but whatever. We do have Brees, if that matters.
Not a whole lot.
I mean, Knox, Otten, and then the two names I'm gonna say right are Likely and Fant, or Likely and Gray. Too many Noahs.
Week 1 is all that matters.
I mean, like we get the peak on Noah Gray if he's starting, and we can see. And
I don't know. I'm not picking Noah Gray here. I don't think. To me, this is Knox. Oh, Alex is saying draft 5 chief receivers and play the one that scores 12 points. And then you have 4 dead roster spots of 2 to 6 points. To me, this is Dawson Knox. Is Likely, like, is this the range where Likely goes?
I believe it is. I'll double check.
We also have like the Jalen Hyatt thing, but again, like receiver is very much a luxury. I'm fine taking like a later giant here. And again, like I remember, like I like Chuba actually quite a lot. But 1, 2, 3, we have 5 running backs.
So I think this is Knox, right?
Yeah.
Let's get that in, and then because we're 4 up on the other one, 3 up on the other one.
Okay. Yeah. Knox, and then if you really want to pound the table for Likely or Conklin, I'm fine.
Did you click Knox? If not,
I forgot that I am in charge of this room. I click Knox.
Okay. I would do Likely or Otten.
Over like Chuba.
Yeah, I think we just have to. Like,
what about like a McBride later?
McBride's an option later. Yep.
I guess we're not limited. We can keep drafting.
I think we're taking at least 3 tight ends, maybe 4.
Yeah.
I
agree.
This is kind of where we are.
All right, we'll come back to that one. I think we can make a decision on the fly there.
So we're on deck on the other team. Running back looks kind of Zeke, Spears, Roschon, Damian Harris.
That's kind of gross.
We're good at Nico comes back. Myers.
Juju, question mark.
The
knee exploding.
Come on. Do that.
Probably some value. Quarterback is dead.
We have Lamar. I think I'd be Nico here.
Yeah, I would say Nico or like Spears, but yeah, I'm good with Nico.
Okay, let's go Nico.
I'm good with Nico.
We have the Texan stack, Nico and Pierce. I'm sure that's going to go.
Yeah. Anything to justify it.
We're on deck again on the other one.
Yeah. If we take Chuba and are done, or is that just a luxury we can't afford, you think?
We have 3 non-kicker and defense picks left. Is that right, or is it 4? We have 4.
We have 6 picks left, so 4, yeah.
We can take Chuba. I would be Likely or Otten.
We could also take like CEH later for the peak and whatever.
Yeah.
You like Otten over Conklin?
I actually do.
Want to play like the ADP thing?
That could be wrong, but I do. Also, like if Evans gets traded, it's going to look a lot better. But I'm fine with Conklin.
I would say Conklin and then play the ADP game. And like I'm happy with any of these guys. Well, not Ertz, but like the other guys. We can talk Ertz when it's time.
Likely's like 60-40 to get back to us.
Okay, so then everyone else should be okay. Yeah, I'm good with Conklin here.
Yeah.
All right.
I will pound the
Sexy,
table for
but
likely if he gets back. He's like exactly the type of upside we
yeah,
need.
I agree.
Um, that's fine. That's fine. All right, we are 6 up over there. Man, this range got super gross. I don't remember
This
it.
this has been the this is like the underdog dead zone, right? Where like
Yeah.
I used to click some Nico, some people click like Romeo Dobbs, but like this is a big time receipt. Like I don't click any receivers from pick, you know, 90 until pick like 140 for the most part. Yeah, maybe some
Yeah.
Mark Mims and things like that. But yeah, it's gross for sure. And now, and although the like running backs get elevated, so now it's like your 110 ADP on underdog versus your for receiver versus like your 150 running backs. Yeah, Zeke is just not in my player pool.
No, I'm just adding a bunch of random guys. Yeah, I guess we can add Damian Harris, but
You guys are champs. Hopefully we will be champs.
we don't.
Drafts.
Is there any chance we'd think about a second QB with Lamar? Probably not, right?
In life, wow, Zach Moss goes real early. The room variability in FFPC is crazy. No, I don't think so. Like if we need a second quarterback, things have gone so like this, especially because we made the Andrews and the Flowers bet. We just I think have to let the team die if Lamar's no good. Will you be doing a DFS show again? I'm planning to. Got to figure out the timing. I want to see like it's super small shop here and it's a very saturated market and I actually like listening to Pete Overzet and the ETR guys. So if I can find if me and Ori can find like a time window that works for folks and there's interest and it's not going to step on the toes of other shows that I and my audience are watching, like I would like to, but TBD on timing. If you hit like and subscribe, you'll know when I go live. I'll try and schedule it, but
we're on deck here. Do you have any leans from? I just threw.
Yeah.
Consideration set. I mean, like Lazard, Juju, Thielen.
We only have 3 running backs. I'm not into the tight end thing. I don't think.
Okay.
I
would be Roshan.
You go Roshan? Yeah, I mean running back 4. Yeah, I think Roshan's got that upside to like actually being a guy that you click every week.
I mean, Ori's in the chat. We got to take Roshan.
Yeah, no, that's true. We missed on JF1. We're gonna land the real Rojo.
We're gonna cope with Rojo. All right, take him.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. 14 away. Isaiah likely goes.
That's a bummer. So we're gonna have like one. I'm guessing we're taking at least one tight end, maybe 2. We're gonna have one non-tight end pick on that team. Is there like, do you lean more receiver or running back there?
I think we have to be okay. Like I would just let the upside swing it.
Okay.
Because I think we have like our lineup set, and if there's a 10% chance of a guy, I'll take swings on guys. I don't really care what position they play. I think for this team, running back or receiver, I just want to take swings. Unless you want to tell me we have like an early, like Eli we're not starting Eli. We're not starting JT. Like, do we feel good about a timeshare Brees, Walker, and Swift in week 1? I think we probably do feel fine with that.
So I'm gonna list names that are peak guys and see if it hits anything. So CEH you mentioned, I think that's like especially for this team is a very good peak guy.
Yeah, and CH just becomes super cuttable too, which is a feature, not a bug.
Yep.
Yep.
You have the Ross and Richie James for the receivers. Valdez Scantling's already gone. I guess Watson, if you want to think about him. Gray's already someone we mentioned. And then, like, on the Detroit side,
I don't even know if there is anyone.
Josh Reynolds.
There's like receivers.
Yeah, like Josh Reynolds, Marvin Mims. I don't think
People are like Khalif Raymond for some reason, but yeah. No. There's Goff. There is Goff, and we have like AR and Jones, and I think I don't know, like it's a lot of position capital, but it's cheap. I actually really like the idea of a Goff platoon. Actually, by the way, I also want to throw in the kicker for Detroit because like, can you cut them before and cut and replace before Sunday?
You can definitely not start them. I believe you can cut and replace, but I'd have to double check that.
Yeah.
The kickers and the defense.
So yeah, okay, good call there. How many away are we? Deion Jackson. Okay, 11 away. Oh, only 9 away here. So let me. If you want us to populate the other guys of interest on the other room, just so we have them simultaneously, yep. And I'll try and think of guys that I like here. That'd be open to. I feel like I have to click so hard.
Yeah, you have to like hit the center, otherwise it doesn't. It's not great.
Receiver really dries out. Cosign DFS show. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. All right. I think we have our considerations here. 9 picks away and 6 picks away. Okay. Wow. Defenses. This guy goes in the 1 slot. Oh, the guy who started with Kelsey at 101 later takes Michael Thomas and Odell Beckham and the first 2 defenses off the board. That's
living his life. He's doing the thing.
Yeah, someone. I mean, this looks like it's going to overlay. So in theory, there's no rake, but someone's still got to pay the rake. What time for the Easy Davis take cast tomorrow? A really good question. Let me look at when I can squeeze that in. It kind of depends on my and Davis's schedules. Let me see my schedule. It might have to push it. Like the Kelsey. I wonder what time we get Kelsey news. So if we wait for Kelsey news, not that it would be for inactives, but maybe we get news throughout the day. So yeah, TBD, but definitely looking forward to Showdown. So over here, multi-tabling DK. Should I auto my last 20? I was having these same thoughts, man. I have 10 left, and it's so close. I'm not going to auto because I don't think. I think I'm pretty confident in Nate. I don't know how you view this. Like I'm pretty self-confident in my abilities, but humble enough that I know every time I hit submit, the most likely outcome is losing money playing best ball contests, especially one with 1.1 million entrants. So like I wouldn't full auto. I would just multi-table a bunch, and like if you auto a couple picks here and there, it's fine. But I would want to have my finger on the pulse. Like, but you can do five tables. If you have 25 tables for 3 hours, you can knock it out. Would be what I would do. Or you can even do 10 at a time. I don't know.
But I would just take like allot your time, divide by how many tables you are going to do. So if it's 2 hours, okay, you're 10 tabling, right? But
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. I wouldn't auto. I don't. I can't imagine an auto.
Like I know you get $60 back and rake back, I guess. So like, but it's going to cost you $200 for your last 20. So is your EV like $140 for your last 20 teams? I don't know. Maybe that's break evenish. I wouldn't auto it though. I would at least start it, and you could also always do the Davis Star method. Um, doesn't sound super fun, but the pain is almost over, and then we get to sweat.
I mean, you're also, especially in DK, like it's a 1,500 person final.
Is it that big?
You're gonna want some correlation.
Yeah.
Like it's not like drafters or something. It's just ranked.
Yeah. Yeah. Your rankings will not do very well. So reminder on this room: we're good at quarterback. We're probably good at tight end. Oh man, there's some gross names and there's some fun names here. How Jaden Reed goes. Why is Tyler Boyd so much lower here than like DraftKings and Underdog?
I guess best ball, because you're never gonna want to start him. Maybe
It's weird though. I don't know.
it
I kind of
is.
like Tyler Boyd.
I would take like a contingent value tight end, fine, or wide receiver, fine.
Are we up here?
We are up. So like, I Hyatt's given me all the it might be real type stuff.
Mhm.
I started the summer like, oh, he's getting redshirted,
Yeah.
and now I've come all the way where it's like, oh, round 14 Hyatt, like in.
Yeah.
So it's him or Boyd for me. Boyd's ADP game, so I'd be fine doing Boyd. But
I like Boyd. Well, Boyd is like you're either going to start him or you won't if
right,
there's injuries. And high, like you're not starting either of them for a while. So it's just what contingent value appears first.
let's do Boyd. Let's do Boyd.
Yeah.
Not a pick I thought we'd make, but I'm into it.
Yeah. Um, my queue is messy as fuck over here, but I just click name. We're on the clock, and K Dot makes it. Do we just take K Dot and say thank you? Like, do we bother taking at the other positions? Like, no.
I'll be. It's Noah Gray for me. Like
Yeah.
you get a peek. What if Kelsey misses a game? You're going to play Noah Gray, right? Like,
I mean, I'm fine with both, right? Like,
I would double tap it if
yeah.
we
Okay,
can.
that's fine.
So you can play the ADP game if you want to do K Dot.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I just worry like Gray's in the news and.
Nope. I'm all good with that. Actually, probably would double tap it either, even if we don't get on either with McBride or Mayer.
Yep, I'm the same.
Have good.
This guy's got 3 tight ends and 2 are expensive, so we hope not.
This might be a luxury this team can't afford, but what are your thoughts on Kyler Murray as a QB3 stash with if we take McBride?
He's a roster clogger. He's going to be on the wire for 4 weeks while he's not playing.
Yeah. Okay.
You can pick him up for $23 in 4 weeks if you want it. Yeah.
So then, yeah, Otten versus McBride. Do you have a lean?
I mean, Ertz is like Ertz is still there, right? Like he might not play week 1, but
if he's not playing week 1, I don't think he's of interest.
Yeah, it's more just like, do we really want?
Oh, I do want McBride.
The Cardinals timeshare tight end.
Oh,
versus K Dot is just the guy, right? Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm good. You want to go on?
Yeah, I'm kidding. Glad that worked out.
Yeah, we were considering him last round. Cool.
4-tap tight end room. Gotta do it.
Kickers and defenses coming off earlier in room 2 than room 1. Looks like.
I mean, do we have Kendre Miller interest for 3 games as a maybe starting running back?
No, he's gone.
Okay, that's good. Didn't really want to do it. Damian Harris, Hyatt, gross names.
Nico. Roshan, Boyd. Uh, is there a falling quarterback? No.
No.
Dude, Zeke. Zeke and Damien Harris. Do they both sneakily actually have like contingent upside that nobody really wants to talk about?
Yeah, Zeke probably more. I don't think I've clicked him once, so let's click him in a $350 league.
Uh,
I'd still take Damian Harris over him. Like,
yeah, yeah, I agree. Receiver, whoever we pick here is not making our lineup for a while. Um, and there's like a lot of names that I like draftable later. Like Alec Pierce goes way late. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Dame Harris.
you don't want Hyatt. I can't convince you on Hyatt. ADP game says we can like 70% chance we get him next time.
Yeah, I push it.
There.
Yeah.
Damian.
Is Hyatt gone in this other room? Oh yeah, a while ago.
Yeah. This is like he's been moving up. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm talking about him here.
15 and 14. All right, so somehow we timed that we're back always. Damien Harris here going like way later than he does on the other sites is interesting.
So we can talk about the peak guys or someone else. The one thing I know about defense is that Commanders play Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
And there's your week 1 starter. That's
Yeah.
all I know. That's
Yep.
the extent of it.
Yeah, I have little to no interest or ability in finding a defense that we're going to hold for like the whole contest. So
I think they're already gone. Like Dallas is gone,
yeah.
and Buffalo's gone, and Philly.
Yep. No, this is the slog part of the draft. For sure.
We don't want McPherson because we have Chase. I don't know if you have a different kicker take, but I always avoid that.
Which draft are you on?
I'm on the first one.
Okay. Oh, because do we need to make a kicker defense decision soon? Okay, we only have
one of the two with the next 2 picks. Yeah.
Yep. All right, let me look at kicker and defense. Yeah, Washington's a good one. I mean, again, like if we draft Kansas City and they get 0 points, can we cut them and sign someone for Sunday or no?
I'm 93% sure you can.
Yeah.
You can definitely bench them, but can you cut them?
Or not even cut. We cut someone else and sign.
You can definitely do that.
Okay. So like then I think they are in consideration.
They are, yeah.
What else is week 1 matchups? Pittsburgh is against San Francisco, if memory serves. New Orleans, I think. I'm cheating here. New Orleans is home against the Titans. It's not bad. New England is home against the Eagles, I think.
I think we'll probably just get Washington or KC most likely.
Yeah. And then kickers.
Just take the Detroit guy, Patterson.
I'm okay with that. Or, I mean, I know you're saying you don't want McPherson because of Chase, but I don't know that McPherson survives the whole season for us, and it's like fine in week 1 to have them together. Plus, with the sprint nature, like I don't know. I think they actually correlate somewhat. Like McPherson can hit for 7-8 points a game while Chase hits for 30.
Sure.
I kind of do like McPherson as a possible full year guy. Like, I think he's actually quite good.
I think he's very good as a kicker. I just like the clean route for touchdowns. Is there anyone else, or would it be Patterson for you if not him? McManus, maybe. Jags gonna score a lot of points. Colts week 1.
Yeah, I kind of like Youngwei Koo bet against Arthur Smith. It's a good point as well. Plus, they are in a dome or their home dome. I don't know who they play week 1. They're home against the Panthers in a 39.5 total. Holy crap!
Yeah, Patterson's a dome too.
Yeah.
We don't have any Lions.
Well, yeah, he's a dome. Well, yeah, tomorrow's outside, but it is a home dome on a team that can and should score a lot. Do they go for 2 and that type of thing? I actually lean McPherson like pretty strongly, to be honest, because I don't think it's that negative of a bet against Chase.
I don't mind it for the season long. It's the 3 weeks where I
Yeah, we can cross that bridge.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to argue that.
McPherson likely doesn't survive our bye anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel good. We're probably going to go kicker defense and then random chief in round 20 type thing.
Yeah, probably a peak guy. Yeah.
All right. Now this other room. Our queue got cleaned up pretty good here.
I'm feeling hanging around.
Do we need? No, I can't picture a world in which you need Adam Thielen.
Upside hunting.
10 end followers. I don't know. Does it make sense? No, I don't think we need Likely here. Does it make sense to tie up to your roster spots?
No, not with Andrews.
We don't need Lamar back up, right?
Nope. Trying to think, are there any like low ADP guys that have been getting steamed? Like Moss went. That was one.
Yeah.
Sean Tucker's another one that's been getting a ton of steam. I added him.
Yeah, I mean, he is their running back too.
I mean, it's around 15, so it's kind of like,
yeah, yeah. I kind of like the Sean Tucker call, honestly, because yes, that offense is bad, but all these other running backs have next to zero path to actually winning the job.
Right.
Whereas Tucker has, I don't know, 20% chance of winning the job, or like at some point, because like Rachaad White kind of stinks.
Yeah, I'm with it. I think
the only argument would be for Clyde and pushing Sean Tucker another round.
Tucker's last 2-day ADP is actually higher than
okay. Clyde. Yeah, let's go Tucker.
Chuba went, right?
Yeah, a while ago. Yeah, round 13. CEH peak. Like the CEH thing gives us 2 chances at the Chiefs running back.
Yeah. Yep. So Tucker first though?
Yeah, let's go Tucker.
Yeah.
We're on the clock. Oh, Washington defense goes.
That's slightly annoying.
I would go McPherson here.
That's fine.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
I think that could be like a kicker we don't have to think about for a month or 2. Defense.
KC, hopefully, right?
KC probably our top pick. And the guy behind us has a defense already, so hopefully that we can get away with that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at ADP to see any other risers. Kendry Miller's gone. Deion Jackson's gone.
Yeah, Moss is gone in both.
People have been drafting the Denver guy, McLaughlin.
Oh, McLaughlin.
Do you have any read on that? I
No.
Is Jeff Wilson gone?
I'd rather Travion Williams as my round 20 guy.
He's like a round 18 guy.
What's that?
He's like a round 18 guy, sadly.
Okay. Well, he's still here.
But yeah.
He wanted to push defense some more.
I'm sorry. We're talking about that league. Too many
Oh,
leagues.
yeah.
So you want Travion? I like Travion a lot as a just see what his role is.
So it's either yeah. So I would say it's either Travion or just take Kansas City defense, and then whoever falls of random KC, Detroit, or Travion.
Do you like any of the non-Travion options?
I guess Dowdle, but probably not really. I
Right,
actually do think Travion. I'm going to talk myself into Travion. I think it's Travion.
yeah, go for it.
All right.
I would do Richie James or Josh Reynolds just to see, but no, take Travion. Take Travion.
We're not starting. Like, what does Richie James need to score to get in this lineup?
A lot. Yeah. James is more even like the role.
Yeah,
I know everyone's saying like the top 3 is this, but it's like, is it?
Yeah, if Richie James comes out and like has a juju role or something,
right, then he's a starter.
Yeah. Okay.
Other names. I think those are the risers.
It was a mirror. All right. Damien Harris, Sean Tucker.
Do you have any interest in? I might save this, but Keontae Ingram's another name I'm just going to throw in there.
Oh yeah, I would save it, but
do you have any interest in Rams receiver?
Oh, my heavy lean is Puka.
Agreed.
My heavy lean is Puka.
I mean, like this, we're playing this as an anti-cup team because we don't have him or any association.
Yeah.
So like, I don't mind.
I don't know that I can click him over Zay Jones. Not that like Zay Jones has any place on this team either.
Yeah, we are on the clock.
Yeah.
Do you want to do CEH? CEH came back. He's not going to come back to us.
Yeah. Let's do CEH.
We have 6 receivers.
Yeah, we have 6. This will be our 7th running back.
I think given our running back room, the peak is pretty valuable. Or like
I agree. And you hope one of those 2 makes the lineup week 1 and or gives us a read on what we're doing.
Yeah, or is cuttable.
Cool.
And these drafts take 2 full hours, huh?
Yeah. Shout out to us. I have to pee so fucking bad. Shout out to Pete Overzet for doing this for twice as long. Shout out to Scott Hansen for doing this for 3 to 4 times as long, and shout out to the chat. Some of you fell asleep, but I still see people still here. So thanks for being here, watching me, listening to Nate stumble our way through a likely 6-win, 8-loss team that had theoretical upside.
I don't know. I would like if so. Here's the test, and I'll bias the witness. If someone showed you this draft beforehand, the first one from the 2 spot, they showed you this draft, and they say, "Okay, you want to sign for it or you don't want to sign for it? Are you taking this team?"
This team, the Jamar Chase team, is worth. In like the game that we used to play, like if everyone is worth $100, this team is worth like 125 or 150. I think that team is 25 to 50%. Incredible efficiency, 10 watching and 20 likes. Take that to the bank. This team is worth a lot more than like a blank roster. I think this other team is worth. I think it's a good. The first 3 picks were a good run out for the draft spot.
Yep.
Um, I think Waller. I don't know if I regret it, but it's not a slam dunk. This team is less of a slam dunk. Um, I think it's probably about worth what we put into it. Um,
See,
it's not.
I'm more bullish on this team too. Like I think this team is 130, 140. Like I think this team is good. I mean, like
Yeah,
especially looking at the room. I mean, like
we
okay,
have all.
like so for it to be even, you have to trade 5 teams for it, right? Or 4 teams for it, at least. Like I don't see
Yeah,
four
for the
teams I'd
regular
rather
season.
have. Yeah.
I'll do a rundown. I'll do a rundown after. Well, it's like so. One other micro edge thing, and this is like my favorite things to think about. Like, it's a hot button issue, theoretical winners and whatever. But a theoretical micro edge here is if Kelsey actually is injured, Waller goes up at least half a round, if not more. Um, and it doesn't appear that Kelsey is injured that bad. Um, but, you know, re-aggravation risk, that's one of those things that, like, tight ends are obviously valuable more on FFPC, but like if you were to take Kelsey out of the equation, everybody in that next tier would go up because of people either chasing the Kelsey, but also just like winning the position. Um, you know, if Kelsey doesn't exist, you can argue we have the next two best at the position. Um, so
Yeah, I mean, I like this team. I mean, it was Waller was an ADP value. He was a ranking value.
yeah,
I
that's
know
true.
it's weird because he's 2, but like he's just the same as a receiver. Um, like I mean, like what are the odds you can get that like Waller outscores? So there was 5 receivers that went
Yeah,
after us before it came back to us. Like, what are the odds that Waller just beats them in raw points before tight end premium? Right, like just raw points.
that I don't know. In tight end premium, I've got Waller over Christian Watson by about half a point a game, which doesn't sound like a lot, but uh, you know your flex spot, if that's right, you want it to be Waller. Um, so so yeah, plus like the positional scarcity thing, just like kind of hoarding tight ends. Yeah, no, it's not that I don't like the team. I just like this other one. I love this other one. I
The
think
other
it's
the other team is like game theory, bro, home run, right? Like,
yeah, yeah, it's sexier. Yeah, to your point though, this other team, um, the Lamar team, probably wins more often. But the Cup team, when it wins in a kind of crazier way.
yeah, I agree. Nothing really fell to the Lamar team. Like Pierce did, Waller a little, but
Yeah,
like after that, everything was just like so straightforward. Even
yeah,
had like some random guys we were targeting at mid late round guys go like way before they normally do. It's just like
yeah.
kind of like by the book. It's fine.
I'm just gonna is is anyone the guys before us all took defenses, so hopefully they don't take two defenses.
We are 3 in the hole on the other team. Let me know if there's 5 in the queue. I'd be fine with any of those.
Oh yeah, oh my God, Zay Jones is like, ugh, Zay Jones.
He's 50 ADP spots ahead of the next guy. Like, sure,
ETR,
he
uh,
goes.
oh man, ETR has him ranked 114th.
That's
That's
fine.
crazy.
Can I Puka? If you want to do
Yeah.
Puka, do that.
What's up with double DST? Does someone go double? Yeah. Do we want Puka? Is Richie James gone?
Ross, if you
We have
wanna.
the Richie James thing.
Yeah, Richie James ADP is forever, but we have 2 picks left that are not kicker D.
Um,
I'd be Puka. We could get Richie James next pick.
you got excited about Puka, so let's go Puka. That's fine.
Do it. I mean, it's just yeah.
Oh yeah, in the other room. Let me go click Kansas City defense. That was fun. 1 down.
There's no McPherson here, so kicker's just kind of a blob, unless you see something.
Oh, we're talking about yeah. All right, so we have kicker D and
+1. Who do the Patriots play week 1?
The Eagles, but the Patriots are at home. It's not doesn't inspire a whole bunch of confidence. Double DST. I don't know. I don't think it's a thing. I was just paranoid someone was going to snipe the Chiefs from us in the other room that had a defense already. So
yeah, Irish people just do boomer things and take 2 defenses and keep one on the bench and total suboptimal, but do suboptimal things.
Again, like I'm kind of okay putting our eggs in this Kansas City boat. Let me see. Like Kansas City's not a bad defense. I know. Is it? It's not Frank Clark. Who is it? Chris Jones. Did he end up getting paid or not yet? It's like he's holding out, and looks like he might miss week 1. But like Kansas City's not a bad defense, and just because of the way that they play, forces a lot of teams to pass against them. So it's like, it's a high upside, high sack team.
Yeah, I mean, I draft KC's defense in leagues every year, so like I don't need with the peak added. It's like, yeah, sure, it's fine.
Yeah. Other like Pittsburgh again has been steamed. They're at home against the Niners. They're slight home dogs. 2.5. I don't know if Braves is still around. If he's going to Wong tease that one, if that's still a thing. But yeah, nothing else jumps out to me here. What's Denver defense? Who does Denver play? The Broncos are home against the Raiders. It is slow, and 4 teams had 2. Yikes! I'm sorry. That's one of those things that like, it kind of hurts you, but you, in theory, hurts your opponents more. Do you want to click one of these guys, or do you want to punt it around and pick a flex?
I would take a flex here. So I like Richie. I like Travion. Josh Kelly's fine. I like
Kelly's going to be a free agent in a week.
Probably true.
I mean, these guys all are.
Travion's the guy you learn the most on, so like I tend to think he makes the most sense. But
yeah, I would say Travion or
the peak,
the Richie James peak. Also, because this team is kind of receiver light.
Yeah, let's do
Dawson Stars receiver 2. It's like 15 points from Richie James might be something that we click.
Yeah, let's do that. Travion, we can probably pick up off wire before Richie James next week.
Yep.
All right, so we're kicker in D.
Yeah, so D, I like the Chiefs. Denver is favored at home as well. The Packers are at Chicago. Yeah, doesn't do much for me there. Atlanta is home against the Panthers, so that could be something also.
Yep. 7, 8 teams have defenses, so decent chance we just get
who we want.
KC or Denver.
is New England defense like supposed to be good that it's worth like putting up with them against Jalen Hurts to hang on to them? Like, is that a thing?
I don't think so, but
I think they're ranked fifth on ETR.
I mean, all their division games you're not going to be excited about.
Yeah, next week they're home against Miami, which is probably like okay, just as far as attempts. Yeah, and then they're on the road against the Jets. No, I don't want New England.
Aren't the Saints the like team everyone likes to draft? Are they gone? They're gone. Never mind.
The Saints are home against the Titans, and then at Carolina, at Green Bay, home against Tampa, at New England, at Houston. That's 6 weeks of playability for the Saints.
Yeah, but I think that's why they went in round 15, I guess.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, three teams have double defense here.
I like how the Boomer site has this rookies only filter. Never noticed that.
Yeah, of all sites to have it.
Kansas City defense goes. Yeah, and there's a couple of guys between us and next. Micro thing. Wow, two of these guys have two defenses already.
Yeah.
Kickers, nobody behind. Oh no, two guys behind us have kickers. Two guys don't.
Vikings are gone, right?
Yeah. No, Vikings are not. But Vikings defense is trash.
They play Baker Mayfield at home.
That's true. It's a trash defense, though. I would actually lean kicker here because of who's behind us. There's 7 defenses in the 4 picks behind us. I think the Detroit kick. All right, so Detroit kicker's gone. So I kind of like Younghoe Koo. He was pretty good last year. That would be my only thing.
I'm drawn to McManus. Big leg. Team scores a lot. Colts are playing fast on the other side and are bad.
Yeah.
Koo, Arthur Smith plays so slow. There's just less volume, so I tend to.
Yeah, but I feel like anecdotally,
he does kick.
Smith kicking field goals more frequently than Doug Peterson is what's going on in my head.
Greg Joseph seems fine too.
Yeah.
He does get that great playoff schedule.
Dude, if we are holding on to Greg Joseph all year,
that's how the 1% is going to be holding Greg Joseph all year.
Is there any micro stupid shit here? Well, it's kickers and domes. I mean, for what it's worth, Younghoe Koo's in the dome. Obviously, as is McManus, but Younghoe Koo is at home next week against the Packers as well. The Jags are home against the Chiefs next week, which is fine too.
Koo goes. That's funny.
Okay.
McManus, give that.
Sure. Yep. I'm not going to deny you of the kicker whose name you said like 16 times. All right.
Defense.
Boy, oh boy.
We are down the rabbit hole. Dolphins, who do they play?
The Dolphins play the Chargers.
Probably not that.
Probably not. Let me see.
Maybe Packers against Falcons.
Not a lot of Packers there.
The Bears.
But yeah, the Bears. Same thing. Same thing there. And that's probably a safe bet for 6 points or whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't know what we're trying to get out of defense. But um, is Seattle gone?
Yeah.
Seattle's gone. Is Atlanta at home against Bryce
Probably,
Young, his
probably,
debut?
probably Atlanta.
And if I recall, they're at home next week too.
I mean,
And they're
the
home next week against the Packers. So I feel like they're our like 5 points in each of the next 2 weeks defense. If that's the thing that interests us.
I probably should. Oh, the Vikings are still available.
We like the Vikings? Question mark.
I don't think their defense is good, but I think there will be a lot of plays, and Tampa's terrible. Their center.
ETR's DFS projections has Falcons at 7.6 and Vikings at 7.5, so it really doesn't fucking matter.
Cool. Atlanta it is.
Yeah, I think Atlanta gives us a little more week 2 ability, I think.
Yeah, who the Vikings?
The Vikings play week 2. Yeah, Vikings are at Eagles week 2. Let's go Atlanta.
Doing it with Atlanta.
Beautiful. Beautiful. If you're an audio listener and you want this recapped, I do have to apologize because I don't think you exist. I'll do the that motherfucker is not real. I don't post this audio. If you do listen on audio, please leave a comment and proof that you only listen to this on audio, and I'll find a way to service you some place and sometime. But thank you for the audio and video watchers. Nate, how do you feel? This is a slog, man.
Yeah, it was a slog. I'm exhausted between
Brutal.
this and just multi-tabling 4 drafts at a time today.
It's
But
brutal.
no, I like these teams. I think these teams are very good. I cannot wait to send friend of the channel, Pump Skull, a screenshot that we did Mark
Waller.
Andrews and Darren Waller for the 2nd year in a row because it went.
Oh, do we have Andrews?
We did. We had both.
Oh man.
So we did literally the same exact thing. That
No, we had Kittle. We had Kittle. I think we did 2 drafts with him. We had Andrews on one, and we had Kittle Waller on the other, and they both died. Is that possible?
I thought
we passed on. No, here's what it is. We passed on Andrews to take like Saquon, I think. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyway, we know he hates Waller, so we'll send him that. No, I think these teams were good. I think this came together well. Team 2 is all the clans, so that'll be fun to see what happens. If we can find a tight end, and if Cup and JT are alive, then like that team is unique and contender.
We'll check back in October. Historical anomalies. I don't know who you are, but thank you for being here and commenting. I would say that the Cup JT Brees Hall team may be a historical anomaly and a masterpiece. So with that, good night. God bless America. Good luck in all your fantasy football betting. Season starts tomorrow. Later.